Hi, I'm Ronnie Walter, and welcome to Sketch Cute. This is a fundamental video about learning how to draw using basic principles, but we're simplifying them so you can just start drawing. Personally, I think drawing is magic. I love it. It's something I do every single day and have for a very long time. And so I've taught dozens and dozens of people how to draw using this method. And basically it's taking their doodles to the next level. So we use very basic principles. We're going to get you drawing fast. The supplies you need for this video are very simple. You need a pencil and you need a piece of paper. And it doesn't matter what paper, it doesn't matter what pencil. But we're going to go through some really basics. The shapes are the building blocks of every drawing that you're going to do, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So welcome to Sketch Cute, and I hope you enjoy this video. Let's talk about what are the basic parts of drawing. Now, I have what I call my practice book here, and this is a very inexpensive watercolor pad. I got it at Five Below, and I think it was about $7. And I bought it to test the paper for watercolor. I don't love it for that, but it's fine for a practice book, not a sketchbook. I just use this to kind of work out ideas. I don't worry about making anything pretty. I'm sometimes working on different kinds of materials or basic layouts of things that I might want to do for my tutorials. But anyway, it's fine for a practice book. I do not recommend it for anything you want to like make nice. Okay, anyway, so you can see I'm just testing things. I was using a brush and ink and just playing around, just goofing around. This was pencil and watercolor to see how that would go together using different pencils. Some worked better than others. And I'm just working out layouts sometimes and playing around. So it's barely a sketchbook. That's why I call it a practice book. So have a practice book. It's really great for drawing and working things out that you're not like, these are more for lessons and less for final artwork. It's also a great place to figure out which one of your markers is not waterproof. So there was a surprise. I'm glad I did it here and not on a larger piece of artwork. Anyway, that's my idea for the practice book. So these sometimes become future projects, and sometimes here, do not use tape on this paper. This is one of the reasons why I don't like this, because the tape pulled off everything. Okay, anyway, here's some Christmas trees. So today, and I was looking on some faces, today I want to explain some basic concepts of when you want to start to draw. Now, when I teach at Sketch Cute, the curriculum I've developed to teach people how to take their doodles from where they are to the next level of where they want to go, we use these basic principles. I believe that there are 4 basic shapes that we need to use, because everything's a shape. Every single thing that we look at that we want to draw is a shape. And so I'm going to go through those basic shapes right now and explain how they work. So here we go. The first shape is a circle. And then we have a square. We have a triangle. And we have a rectangle. 4 shapes. Now, here's what's cool. Okay, the circle is a sphere. It becomes a sphere. All you do is put a shadow under it and you go, oh, look, it's 3-dimensional. Add a shadow on the side. And there's a 3-dimensional circle, which is the sphere. The next thing we have is a square. And that becomes, when we make it 3-dimensional, is a cube. Again, we put our little shadow there. And we have a cube. Simple, simple. And some academic drawing classes, you'll do this for a really long time. It's a great way to learn how about lighting and all of that. In the Sketch Cute method, we don't do a lot of shadowing and rendering so things look 3-dimensional. It's really a quick and easy way to draw and to get your feelings out, or to draw cute art, because that's what I'm all about, is drawing cute, lighthearted art that touches people. Your people. It's a wonderful thing. So we're not going down the academic drawing road here, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's go back. So then we have a triangle, and the triangle becomes a cone. Just rounding off the bottom of a triangle, and you've got a cone. Add a shadow in. Look at that. It's coney. And then the rectangle, in my case, as my fourth essential shape, is the cylinder, which shows up in a lot of things. Coffee cups, glue sticks, any number of things you might want to draw. Now, of course, the other thing is we have more amorphous shapes that are basically blobs. What can you do with a blob? That might be a cloud, that might be whipped topping on top of a cupcake, or we could just make a monster. There, we have an amorphous monster, and he gets a shadow. Okay, so what can we do with this? From the time we picked up a pencil, we knew that this was a sun. It could also be, if you make the shape blobbier, but still circular, you have a fried egg. Circles on top of each other inside a rectangle and a triangle is a traffic light. You could also, of course, our favorite, put a rectangle, 2 rectangles, and 3 balls, and you have a snowman. Rectangle, 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 triangle. See how that works? Circle, circle, circle. So everything, like we just drew 4 things out of that one circle, and there's lots more that we can do. Okay, now the cube, which also, okay, the square is also a rectangle, so work with me here. When you think about a rectangle, a squishy rectangle can be a book. And you make a stack of those, and you have rectangles on rectangles on rectangles. And it's just a matter of scale and changing the size, and you have books. They can go this direction, but they're all a rectangle. They're just like building that little box. Also, this is what's interesting to me, is you can make a rectangle, or the square basically. If we made 2 of these, this one becomes a loaf of bread. I'm just following those edges. So you have a loaf of bread. And this one is a building. It's all scale. But if you start to break things down, you can see how, oh, okay, well, that's a box. That's a box. And maybe it has an apple sitting on top of it, which is basically a circle with 2 bumps on the top. See what I mean? That's how we draw. We add shapes to shapes to shapes. Okay, let's look at the cone. Obviously, if we used one of those amorphous shapes and put a cone underneath, we have an ice cream cone. We can also have a party hat. Yeah, he's ready to party. And it could be the top of a tower on a castle. With rectangles. Okay, now the cylinder, like I said, it's all by scale. So if I want to draw the glue stick on my desk, it's a tall, thinner glue stick. Glue stick. Label, 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 label. It can also be a coffee cup, just your straight-sided coffee cup. Or This is still a cylinder. It's just an elongated cylinder. So when you're doing observational drawings, you look like, okay, where is the cylinder? This is the cylinder coming down here, but it carves in like that. It can also, if you want to do a cylinder, it could be a pot with a plant. So if you start looking at all these, if you look at all the objects around your room, just on your desk, in your living room, in your kitchen, you can start to see that's a square, that's a rectangle. This is how we draw one on top of the other. I wanted to show you this drawing. Sometimes I do observational drawing in my sketchbook, and this is just a scene from a little room in our house we call the cabin, which is a little back room where we drink coffee in the morning. But if you look at this drawing, now, the perspective, is it perfect? No, it is not. But each one of these objects, each one of these books is a rectangle. We have these old radios. Those are basically a rectangle. This little thermometer is. The bookshelf itself is. The room is a rectangle. The TV is a rectangle. And so this is really a story of rectangles stacked up against each other, and all of a sudden you have a picture. When you look at this basket, even though it's round, I still drew it as a box. So everything can be broken down. This table, these books, this little box, they are rectangles. This tree over here, that's a cylinder. That's a cylinder. So look at the scene. Like just imagine when you look at something, go, okay, where are the shapes that I'm seeing? It may seem so rudimentary, but that is how you start training your eye to see what things look like, how to draw them in a simple, cute, fun way. So I hope this was helpful for you. Always think about these 4 essential shapes. And as you draw, sometimes we draw, and even when I draw now, I will start with making that shape. Where's the shape? So that I know the proportions from one thing to the other. In future videos, we will totally talk about proportion and all the other things you need to know about drawing, but we're going to keep it as simple as possible so you can be drawing in no time. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I love being here on YouTube with all of you, and please, if you like this video, you can always hit that like button. That is very helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for being here, and thank you for wanting to sketch cute. Bye.